Joe Biden today did sign the budget bill. And though there will be no shutdown of the government, everything is going to continue, all services will be paid. And this keeps the government open and functioning through March 14th. Now, this is a big pushback against Donald Trump because he wanted a different bill passed. He wanted his own demands, he wanted some stuff cut from this bill, and none of that happened. Republicans couldn't get it through the House of Representatives. They would need Democratic support to pass any bill, and once they reneged on the deal, Hakeem Jeffries said, "Yeah, we're not voting for anything unless it's the deal we originally had." So, that's what happened. They put forward the basically the original agreement, and they passed it. Now, I do have to make a correction. I think I said when I was talking about it yesterday, there was $1.5 trillion increase to the debt ceiling. That did not happen. What apparently had happened was actually a handshake agreement between Republicans saying at some point in the future they are going to raise the debt limit by $1.5 trillion in exchange for $2.5 trillion worth of spending cuts. And most of that is going to come from what they call entitlement programs, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, things like that. Now, we will see what happens with that because they couldn't get this funding bill through the House as is. They needed Democratic support, and Democrats aren't going to support cutting entitlement programs. So I don't even know if they're going to be able to make it happen. But that handshake deal. Now, there's a couple other things in this bill. Apparently, there was $190 million, I believe it was, for cancer research, for juvenile cancer research. That did not make it into the bill, but that did pass as a standalone bill on its own on Saturday. There was also uh, funding in there for the inauguration, and some of that is for security as well as just funding for the inauguration itself, which is typical every 4 years. There's always funding for that. Not a big deal there. The other thing in there that they did is they transferred the site of RFK Stadium to the city of Washington, D.C. Now, effectively, the federal government still owns the land where the stadium is, but they gave them the rights to develop the area around the stadium and things like that, and basically control the stadium. Now, there's some talk that the Washington Commanders may end up uh, playing in that stadium at some point in the future. So, the government will still own the property, but control and doing everything now transfers to Washington, D.C., but there was no money involved about the stadium. This was literally just them granting control of the area to D.C., so the city of D.C. could spend the money if they wanted to. So that's what those things are. But government is funded, everything's going to go on like normal, and Donald Trump really came out losing in this one.